Hey, welcome to Half the Battle. Well, our summer of vehicles and playsets is coming to an end, so I had to get one more ranking in.
That's why today we're ranking all G.I. Joe vehicles from 1989. Well, except the Pulverizer, that was part of the Battle Force 2000 rankings. That means there's still 25 vehicles to get through.
So let's get started.
As always, we're gonna be going alphabetically, and that means starting with the Arctic Blast. Well, that's an easy one, as on my Arctic list, it went into the ugly side of the bad and ugly tier, and I see no reason to change that here. It's still ugly. Next is the Condor, a beautiful, sleek, futuristic-looking bomber that must have been the pride of Cobra's Air Force. It can also split up in two. It's gorgeous, and I'm putting it into the best tier. The Crusader is, well, it's the shuttle part of the Defiant painted differently.
It's amazing that G.I. Joe had not one, but two space shuttles. Military spending, huh?
The Crusader came with the Avenger, a repainted Night Raven drone. It's all very nice, so I'm putting it into the good tier. The Devastator, not to be confused with the Transformer, is the first battlefield robot on the list. These were small vehicles, but I don't think they look all that robotic. It looks pretty goofy and is a little more breakable than I'd like.
No sir, I don't like it.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to put this one into the bad tier. The Evader, or Dark Clown's Evader, sort of looks like a weird sex toy. They certainly upped the gold to black ratio on the color scheme for Destro's faction, making it look gaudy. The Evader goes into the weird tier. The Fang 2 was a difficult one. I like it and I was gonna put it in the good tier. In fact, it was there in the first draft of this list. But I can't deny the fact that it looks weird, especially when you compare it to the original. So, to be objective, I have to put it in the good but weird tier. Like the Fang, the Hiss 2 was Hasbro trying to update a classic. In the case of the Hiss, they made it bigger, more futuristic looking, and pink? Well, bits of it anyway. It looks good otherwise, great even, but that pink squarely puts it into the weird tier.
Too much pink energy is dangerous.
Next is another battlefield robot, the Hovercraft. Nice to see the person who came up with those inventive motorized pack names still got work. It's a flat square with some stuff on top. And it's ugly, so into the bad or ugly tier it goes. I was tempted to put the Mud Fighter into the weird tier.
But it's not that quirky.
It's unique looking and cool, and I like it enough to put it into the good tier. The European version, for some reason, has blue bombs instead of silver ones. And I don't understand why. As a bonus, that version goes into the weird tier because of the case of blue bombs. Now we come to the second and last wave of Night Force vehicles, starting with the Night Boomer, which is the Sky Striker, and I put that jet in the best tier, but as for the Boomer...
Oh, that was a tough call.
Don't get me wrong, it looks great in black, but there's still that orange. However, it's only on the missiles and doesn't distract that much. So, okay Boomer, you can go into the best tier too. The Night Ray, a recolored hydrofoil, does have the orange a lot more prominently. And that's why it goes into the good tier, not the best one. Hey, it's still great, just not the greatest, okay? And the last Night Force vehicle is the Night Scrambler, yet another reuse of the APC mold. I've talked about the colors enough, so I'm just gonna be brief and put it into the good tier too. And from a Joe sub-team we go to a Cobra one, the Python Patrol.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting pretty tired of all these repaints.
Look, the color scheme of the PP vehicles look great. No, I'm never gonna stop abbreviating it like that. I have no complaints there. And the Asp, Conquest and Stun were good vehicles. So I'm putting the Python Asp and Conquest in the good tier. But the Python Stun goes into the weird tier because that's where the original went.
Back to battlefield robots.
With the Radar Rat. And it's the worst of the bunch. It looks like a go-kart. And it's one of the most fragile G.I. Joe toys I've ever seen. I've encountered dozens over the years, and every single one of them has been broken. This thing was made to make children cry, brah. So it goes into the worst tier. The Raider is a fun vehicle. It has a sort of insect-like quality to it, but in a cool-looking way. It splits into two and transforms, very much like a mask vehicle would. And I like it a lot, so it goes into the best tier. The Razorback is another fun vehicle. Not quite on par with the Demon, but still good. Though looking at it, you know what I have to do. I have to put this thing into the good but weird tier. I mean, it's not as self-evident as the Bug was, but it's pretty damn close.
Sub-team time again. Yeah, there's 4 this year.
As we come to the Slaughter's Marauders vehicles. First is the Armadillo, poor little guy. Look how top-heavy they made it. It looks ridiculous, like a toddler holding a bazooka or something. Of course it goes into the weird tier. The Equalizer is also stupidly top-heavy, but at least the Mauler base has the largeness to support it. Oh, by the way, I like the color scheme on all of these. This thing looks like a beast and goes into the good tier. The Lynx is probably my favorite merging of the molds, as the Mauler's gun looks good on the Wolverine's body. It is a personal favorite of mine, but I'm gonna be objective and place it into the good tier, not the best one. The big crowned vehicle for 1989 was the Thunderclap, a huge artillery gun on wheels. Well, there's more to it than that. It has a ton of play value and looks futuristic, though not unrealistic. It goes into the best tier. Our 4th and final sub-team of the year is Tiger Force, with just 2 vehicles this time. First up is the Tigerfish, a repainted devilfish, so no points for originality when it comes to the name there. And because having tiger camouflage on a speedboat makes about as much sense as a water toaster, it goes into the weird tier. The Tiger Sting, a repainted Vamp Mark II, pulls off the look much better. And here I appreciate the apparent reference to a previous use of that mold, the Stinger Jeep. Much more. And yeah, this thing looks cool, so it goes into the good tier.
That brings us to the very last vehicle on the list, and I'm sorry to say we're not going out on a high note.
As it's the last battlefield robot, the Tri-Blaster. It's another freaking go-kart with breakable stuff on it, and it looks ugly. It goes into the bad tier. And that was it. All 1989 G.I.Joe vehicles ranked. 1989 sure was the year of sub-teams. And boy did it show in the vehicle selection. Sometimes with great results, sometimes, not.
As always, share your own thoughts in the comments below. Well, I'll see you next time, everybody, and hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing.